Welcome back, it's Ryzen, and today I'm going to be reviewing Tower of God, chapter 539. I thought I'd do something a bit differently today by including a face cam and just going into the actual webtoon itself rather than my usual. Just kind of wanted to switch it up a bit, so let me know what you think. But this chapter is absolutely insane, man. It's crazy. Let's just get right into it. So we start with Traumarei actually finally meeting Bomb. The amount of hype built into this interaction is just otherworldly, man. It's insane. We've been waiting for how many months for these people to finally meet, and actually getting to see their reaction just feels unreal, to be honest. So to start with the chapter, we have Jin Sung-ha completely freaking out over the fact that Bomb has been abducted, and rightfully so, to be honest. He has every right to be concerned. And then here we have Holin pretty much thinking that, okay, Traumarei took him, right? It must be him, it can't be anybody else, and so we cannot let Jin Sung-ha get there. And I don't know why that's such a concern to him. It's Traumarei. So what if Jin Sung-ha gets through, dude? He's gonna flick him on the head and kill him one tap, bro. I don't know why he's freaking out about Jin Sung getting to Traumarei, as if Jin Sung's gonna do something, you know? Man, he's one of those Jin Sung overhypers, man. These people are crazy, bro. I see him in my comments, bro. Always hyping up Jin Sung. Jin Sung is weaker than Bomb. Okay, we're not getting into this right now. We're moving on. So Jin Sung gets all in this guy's face, right? It's actually Purity, I think, not Holin, my bad. He gets all in his face, and just, you see him right there. Boom, one taps him. Where was this the whole time? He could have just one tapped him this whole time, or what? I guess it's some sort of emotional state buff. I don't know. Plot convenience, maybe. Who knows? But basically, Jin Sung-ha goes crazy and just absolutely just pushes him away with this almighty push type of Shinsu ability, apparently. And he rushes to go get Bomb. We then finally get to see what is truly happening with Bomb and Traumarei. And Traumarei is just basically giving Bomb a pat on the back. He's saying, hey, look, man, you've been fighting with high rankers. You've been boxing with the cream of the crop, like Holin, bro. All these people that I see as prodigies, right? Or he doesn't see them as prodigies. He sees them as dogs, basically. But, the tower sees these people as total prodigies. And you here as a D-rank regular are scrapping up with them. You are insane. You are actually worthy of standing in front of me, which is absolutely insane. The arrogance of these family heads has been hyped up like crazy. And I think SIU has done a very good job of really showing us how prideful these characters are, especially with Pobedao Gustang, and with Traumarei literally viewing people as animals, right? Gustang views them all as bugs, just ants in his path, and Traumarei views them as little dogs, man. It's so condescending and hilarious to watch. But now we finally see them meet Bomb, right? And they say, you know what? You are worthy. We saw this with Gustang, but to see it with Traumarei in this more intense, if you will, setting, it's very, very satisfying, and it's very, very good to see. He formally introduces himself as the head of the Lopopia family, his name being Traumarei, and man, Bam is just... My boy shook. You're the head of the Lopopia family? Looking stupid. Look at those eyeballs, man. He is shook right now. And then we have one of my favorite sequences in the entire chapter. And this chapter is full of absolutely amazing sequences. We have Bomb saying, are you really a family head? Traumarei replying, yes, I am one of the 10 great family heads. And then Leviathan from inside of Bam interrupting everything. He's basically freaking out, right? Full of hatred. He's allowing his hatred for Leviathan, or for Traumarei, to somewhat corrupt Bomb. I don't know if Bomb is also feeling the hatred a little bit, their hatred is synergizing, and it's kind of making Bomb feel mad at too. I'm not entirely sure, but you can definitely tell that he's having some sort of influence on Bomb. He's saying yo, let me kill this guy. I want to kill Traumarei. He says, kill him right now, freaking out. And Bomb is nah, bro, I can't do it. And Leviathan's freaking out. I was hey, yo, why not? Are you kidding me, bro? He says, I can feel it. The moment I show any hostility towards him, I will literally die in an instant. It's so cool, dude. I don't know, dude. I just love stuff like that. I thought it was really, really well done. The hype is just being built, bro. It is ridiculous the amount of hype that SIU has been putting into these chapters, man. And here we just have a culmination of all of it. Absolutely incredible. We then have some of the goons still trying to execute their plans, even around Traumarei. And honestly, they got guts, I'll admit that. They're all so much more brave than I truly expected them to be. But honestly, it doesn't matter. What they're doing is clearly futile. And I think they even know it. They just don't want to die without a fight. And we're about to see how Traumarei reacts to their little plans. So Traumarei obviously can sense everything that's going on, and he gets just a little bit irritated. So we see him say, everyone shut it. And then here is one of my favorite moments in all of Tower of God. Honestly, reading this was absolutely insane. We have Bomb. Everybody just looking. They're all shook. What is that? Look at this, bro. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Lopobia Traumarei, Shinwan Ryu. Lopobia Traumarei, Shinwan Ryu. Bro, you can't make this up, bro. Look at this, bro. All creatures. That is nuts. So, like, is it all of his, like, main creatures? He kind of, like, it's kind of like the Uzumaki from Geto from Jujutsu Kaisen, where, like, he combines, like, every little creature that he's storing into, like, this one little ball of, like, super condensed power. It could be that, combined with, like, the properties of the black hole sphere, which means that, like, it, like, erases Shinsu and everything. That is ridiculous. So it's kind of interesting, a power that combines the power of other creatures while at the same time erasing Shinsu and having destructive capabilities. That's really confusing. I don't really know how that works, but I'm not complaining at all. It is like the coolest attack. I'm not even joking. By far, the coolest attack in Tower of God so far. Absolutely cracked out, bro. And then Traumarei, being cold as always, says, if you interfere further with our conversation, I will make everything within this nest disappear. Look at that. Dude, his eyes are beautiful, by the way, bro. Traumarei is beautiful. Just saying. Anyways, can he actually make the entirety of the nest disappear? I don't think he's bluffing at all, to be honest. I think he just could, like, Thanos snap the nest, bro. I think that's definitely a possibility. And that's kind of scary to think he has that level of power. Like, even all the people, all the high rankers, just gone. Instant erasure. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I really don't think he's bluffing. Like, I believe it. I wonder if it's like actual erasure to where like he's literally just gonna snap and they're just simply not going to exist, or if he's talking something like just like destruction, right? Like just like they're all dead corpses. But like if he's talking about like actually just like erasing reality and making it like just like actual Thanos snapping it, that's ridiculous, bro. That's like a whole different level of power. I mean, geez, man. Like, it just looks so cool. Like, I don't know, bro. I could look at these images like forever, dude. And then here we have another one of my favorite sequences in the entirety of Tower of God. The moment Traumarei revealed his Shinwanryu, everyone in the nest, near or far, strong or weak, it didn't matter. Everyone could feel that power. I know you recognize that Kun panel from the thumbnail. I absolutely love this panel of Kun, again, looking beautiful. I'm calling a lot of men beautiful. I don't know why. But anyways, Kun's looking amazing. And everyone could feel the power, bro. Everyone. And I love that type of stuff where it's like the Kenpachi Soul Society archetype stuff. If you know what I'm talking, if you've seen Bleach, you know what I'm talking about. It's where like a character will just pull up and everybody's like, and they all like feel his power just from super far away, from like miles away. I think that stuff is really, really cool. And I just love to see it with Traumarei. Again, the hype has just been fantastic. It is described as a feeling of pressure, as if somebody had suddenly invited them into the depths of the abyss. Bro, honestly, if I had like, you know, spiritual pressure like that, that's exactly how I'd want people to feel when I walk in the room. Imagine walking in the classroom of your school and you just have this like spirit energy. I used to think that all the time, bro. I'm like, honestly, I'd like walk into like classes of high school and I just pretend I was like Kenpachi Saraki, bro. Like everybody's gonna feel my spiritual pressure, bro. I don't know, dude. Their entire body felt like it was immersed into a foreign feeling that they had never experienced before, going out of breath, and they felt a threat to their lives. So Traumarei, just by doing the move Shinwanryu, not even by like activating it, like making it explode or nothing, just by simply creating a black hole sphere, made everybody, I don't know how big the nest is, I would like a calculation on that. I might calculate it myself if a calculation doesn't actually exist, just because it would, like, you know, for the power scaling of the series, and like also just to know it's interesting information. If you guys know how big the nest is, please be sure to let me know in the comments. But like everybody within this entire I'm assuming it's like many miles, because they're in like spaceships and all that stuff. So I'm assuming it's like many miles. Everybody within this nest all felt like they were gonna die just by its existence, the Shinwaryu's existence. Bombi spamming this stuff all the time, and like nobody even bats an eye. They're just like, whoa, it erased the Shinsu, that's crazy. But Traumarei just makes one and everybody's gonna die. That's wild, bro. It shows that like Bomb at this point is not even close to family head level, to be honest. But speaking of Bomb, he did not feel like he was about to die because he has that, like, those irregular hacks, you know what I'm saying? So it didn't really affect him as much, which is pretty cool, dude. Again, just, I don't know, SIU just makes everything in this chapter just so cool. I don't really know how to explain it. It's just one of those magical chapters, man. So basically, Traumarei is kind of explaining how some family heads think that bombs should be taken and killed, and others think that bombs should be used and, like, invited to their ranks. And it's kind of been tearing the tower apart. And Traumarei is going to take matters into his own hands. He said that he is going to, quote unquote, tame Bomb and make Bomb one of his. And he says he doesn't consider him an animal, which is the first time we've ever seen Traumarei act anything like this. It's rather odd to see him talking to somebody so kindly and with respect. He says, I have decided to consider you as an equal. That's ridiculous. I don't know if he means like equal as in like, oh, we're both humans, like that type of equal, or if he means equal as like, yeah, you are equal to me in terms of like being a family head. I'm pretty sure he means equal as like, oh yeah, I consider you the same race as me, human, right? So to Traumarei, right, somebody like Yazracha, somebody like even Kun, right? Let's just use Kun as an example. To Traumarei, somebody like Kun would be like an actual dog, right? The same way you look at a dog, that's how Traumarei would see Kun. But to Bomb, let's just say Traumarei is like the president of the United States, right? He would see Bomb as like a starving child on the street, right? So like still really far below him, but at least they're like the same species, if that makes sense, right? I think that's what Traumarei is getting at. He doesn't see Bomb as like, oh, you are equal to me in terms of like status. No, that's taking it too far. I think he just means like in terms of like actually as a race, which is still ridiculous, to be honest. And this is probably the biggest plot twist in Tower of God that we've seen in a while. I guess the boss plot twist was pretty good, but like this is absolutely nuts. He says, how about you become a member of our family? I did not expect that at all. And Bomb is even confused. So Traumarei basically says, look, you can marry one of my daughters and just join the family, man. And then he pulls up these chicks. He's like, yo, we got some baddies up in here, bro. And honestly, he kind of right, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I was Bomb, all I'm saying, like, look at this image. All I'm saying, if I was Bomb, it's no question, it's just, give me both. And interestingly enough, Traumarei actually says that even if they are Jihad's princesses, he will allow them to give that up to marry Bomb, which is very, very interesting. I didn't really think that that would ever be a thing. I didn't think that Traumarei would be like, look, you are no longer a princess of Jihad. You have something that has more importance than that, which is really, really interesting. It shows how much he actually values Bomb, that he's willing to do something that, I don't know if it necessarily goes against Jihad, but it goes against a precedent that Jihad has set. And yeah, it's just a very interesting kind of concept. The chapter ends off with Traumarei basically saying, join our family, become mine. What a chapter, man. I actually haven't read the next chapter. I'm going to like react to it with this setup right now, just do a live reaction. I've never done that before. I'm really excited. So next week, expect both a live reaction and a review, and shoot, probably a discussion as well. I'm gonna go crazy on this next chapter, but in terms of this chapter, it was a 10 out of 10 chapter. You read it, you understand. It's a 10 out of 10 chapter easily. And for next week's chapter, I guess my predictions, I really don't know. Like, if Bomb says no, like, who gonna stop Traumarei? You know what I'm saying? Like, who's gonna do anything against that if Bomb says no? If Bomb says no, he's just dead. So I think Bomb's only option would be to say yes to protect himself and his friends. And so, like, I really don't know. Like, I can't imagine him saying yes, but I also can't imagine him surviving if he says no. So it's a very awkward situation. So I guess we'll see what happens in the next chapter. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss my reaction to it and my review. I got videos coming out all this week as well. So, Tower of God content, if it's what you like, this is the place for it. Thank you everybody so much for all your support lately. We're nearing 1,000 subscribers, which is absolutely crazy. So thank you guys so much. All contributions, that would be very much appreciated. If you want early access to these chapter reviews, make sure to subscribe to my Patreon. The link is in the description. For only $5 a month, you get early access to chapter reviews. I did a One Piece video on there as well. I do exclusive content on there. Shout out to Nicholas, Olibinus, and Demon God Kane for all being patrons, and a special shout out to Nicholas and Demon God Kane for being a regular tier patrons. It really does mean a lot to me. And yeah, that's about it for this chapter review. thank you so much. If you enjoyed, please be sure to leave a like. And yeah, this was super awkward, by the way, bro. Like this whole set, I don't know, bro. I need to work on it. Anyways, peace out. Bro, I paid like $50 for like 3 of these like pretzels from like pretzels.com, bro. And they're mid.